I don't really wanna jump to conclusions, but I got a feeling the world is living in delusion. Lost and confused are so many of our youth, in tune with evolution, so they're missing the truth. With views of atheism and whatever they choose, we knew there'd be division from them breaking the rules. Isn't it sufficient that he gave us the clues? Existing in a visit from the king of the Jews, refused to recognize the parallels and views, alluding to the fact that God is not amused when we do not worship him but what we buy and use, pretending to ignore that which our conscience views. Tell our kids are just like animals and apes and zoos. Then we wonder why our churches have these empty pews. As soon as they believe the knuckle-dragging baboons, they can act like animals because they got the excuse. Lock your doors, I'm afraid that there's monkeys on the loose. Assuming this is true, the only thing that counts is you. Bow down, give the golden calf his due. You might as well worship an idol with what you do. You worship what you got, what you buy and what you do, and why wouldn't you, if all that counts is you? Bow down, give the golden calf his due. You might as well worship an idol with what you do. You worship what you got, what you buy and what you do, and why wouldn't you, if all that counts is you? What's it gonna take to admit our mistakes? Awaken to the fact that we've all been played, persuaded to embrace ideas we once were apes, and amoebas are related to the human race. It's amazing that we bought into this whole charade, made to think that there's no God and we cannot be saved. It's evaded education like a deadly plague, and degraded many minds of any hope enslaved by the sins they are just driven by the rage and shame. Instead of his forgiveness, it's a ball and chain that they carry with them daily like their favorite thing. It's no wonder kids are craving what they should disdain. Is there something in the water, are the drugs to blame? Or is there something deeper that we can't explain? With crazy zombie people who might eat your face, it makes me think that we are living in the last of days. It seems like sin is growing and invading brains, people acting like they're Gollum with this precious ring. Bow down, give the golden calf his due. You might as well worship an idol with what you do. You worship what you got, what you buy and what you do, and why wouldn't you, if all that counts is you? Bow down, give the golden calf his due. You might as well worship an idol with what you do. You worship what you got, what you buy and what you do, and why wouldn't you, if all that counts is you?
I have been a one-worlder all my life. I believe in it. I believe in a global village. All this language is all leading us into a new way of living, and it's wonderful. We've got to allocate dwindling resources, or we're going to go extinct. We're going to kill each other off. It's our only chance.
And have you noticed the quickening of things taking place on your planet? The quickening of the old ways being tossed out and shaken out? Because it is the earth making the way for the new energies. The new way is going to be the Christ consciousness.
We are going into a new era of new frequencies, and all of us are going to have to adjust to this because it's evolution, and we don't have a choice. So if you know that, then I guess the next thing to say is, how do I prepare?
We genetically manipulate children to create super children, which are prophets, and they will make decisions for us in the future. And if you find someone that can know the future, they can make an informed choice. They can make the right decisions about the totality of our existence. They can allocate resources efficiently. We call these children the Antichrist. I'm Antichrist, not one person. It's what you think. It's not on the forehead. It's in the forehead.
This is going to bring us this energy that the ancients called the serpent energy. And Gaia is going to be a conduit for this energy that is going to to be activated through the grids on Mother Earth from the sun. And once the grids are activated and the serpent energy starts moving through Gaia, I think that this energy is going to be everywhere, and we are going to be a conduit for this energy. And if we've done the work, then perhaps we're going to be lucky enough to enlighten, for I don't think everyone will enlighten. I just think that's going to be for a very few people that have done all the work. Certain individuals that do the work are the perfect conduit for this serpentine energy that comes up through Mother Earth.
Snakes started coming in through the jungle. I had visions of snakes, and they would look at me and then immediately start savagely like going inside my body and like eating my organs, like going down my throat and eating their way out and like exploding through my body. And I know enough from psychedelic experiences to just witness and allow and just let it happen, you know. But then it just continued to build. And so what happened next is this giant organic flotilla of like snakes and feathers comes, like a giant, kind of like an organic mothership comes. And it hovers over my head and it's living. It's like a living mothership, right? And it starts sucking black smoke out of my body.
Methyltryptamine connects you to the spirit world. And the idea is that there is a world that is all around us all the time, but we just cannot tune into it. And there's a world of souls, and there's a world of the afterlife, and there's a world of non-embodied entities that are, to the experiencer, to the subjective person that's having this experience, they're as real, if not more real, than this life itself.
Very similar with UFO abductees, who are abducted repeatedly for their hybrid offspring. If you go back to the Middle Ages, you'll find that fairies were renowned for abducting people, that they were sometimes cruel and tortured people, but they also sometimes gave people gifts, including healing powers, that they could fly, that they had aerial vehicles. All this is very common in fairy lore. And when fairies abducted you, they would quite often take you underground.
And my body felt very tingly and it was like vibrating, like buzzing. And then I started to see like big bugs, like these huge like ants and spiders like crawling across my vision with my eyes open and closed. I felt my body like I'm possessed. I'm just taken over with the spirit of ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca can bring you to a state of just pure hell and misery and close to death.